to Brewing Success, where growth is the mission, change is the reward, and progress is the goal. I am your host, Andrea Gebhardt. I'm a former educator turned passionate entrepreneur whose desire to create impact has never wavered. I've spent the last decade teaching, mentoring, and coaching people on how to create success in their lives and businesses with proven strategies and systems that not only bring about change, but big results. When it comes down to it, teaching is my specialty, leadership is my jam, and inspiring you to live a bigger, fuller life is what I'm all about. This podcast will give you the knowledge and tools you need to brew success in almost any area of your life. You're going to walk away each week feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to step outside your comfort zone and into the next level of who you're meant to be. Now let's get into today's episode. When it comes to leadership, vision, above all else, is required. If you want to take people with you, you have to know where you are going. And that really is where vision comes into play. Vision doesn't just give direction. It brings energy to a goal. It enables us to turn our purpose into a reality. You need to have a clear vision for your life, a clear vision for your team, and a clear vision for your dream. If you don't know where you're going in life, you go nowhere. If you don't know where your team is headed, your team ends up nowhere. You see, vision creates a way. Vision creates opportunity. Vision creates the energy necessary to work toward the goal. No vision, no progress. No vision, no passion. No vision, no purpose. It's easy to just wake up each and every day and go through the motions. I'm sure you've done it. I've done it. We've all been there. It's easy to just go through each and every day, showing up for work, fulfilling obligations, being tired, numbing out, going to sleep, and doing it all over again every day. It kind of reminds me of the movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. He wakes up and lives the same day every day. Now, the only difference between him and you is that he lives in a video game. And, well, you live in real life. So while he may not age or experience any progress or lack of progress at all, it is very different for you. Because for you, the sum of living every day the same, with no purpose, with no passion, with no progress, results in a life that wasn't well lived. In that movie, Ryan's character suddenly comes to this realization that he's living the same day over and over. He realizes he wants to change that. He realizes that he isn't merely a background feature in a video game. He is an integral character in the story. When he realizes his purpose, his passion ignites and his vision becomes very clear. Beat the game. This same point of realization happens to some people in life too. Something big happens. It can be an unexpected death, an illness, the loss of a job. When things in life get shaken up, it causes us to take a step back and a closer look at how we're really living. When we lose someone we love, we question time, what we have left, what we are doing with it. And you know what happens? Our priorities shift. When we experience illness, personally or through a close connection, we begin to question how well we are taking care of ourselves with movement, nutrition, proactive health screenings, etc. When we lose our jobs, our homes, or our sense of security, it forces us to reevaluate our priorities and shift our focus to what matters most. And it usually has zero to do with what we so casually waste so much time on in our lives. It's in these moments that we start to look at life, the meaning of it, really, the meaning we're making of it. And we either realize we've been spending a lot of our life without vision and direction, which suddenly entices us to make a change and do so, or we refine the vision and the direction of our life to make a bigger difference. It's what I like to call a reset moment. A moment where you get to decide to hit the reset button and show up differently. I am so grateful that the reset button is always right there, always ready, always lit up, always waiting for me to reach over and push on it. And today might be your moment to reach over and push that reset button yourself. What I would like to do with you here today is talk about vision and help you establish a vision for your life, a vision for your team, and a vision for your dream. Some of you may not be ready for all three just yet, but I'd rather plant the seeds of success with you now so you have something to cultivate later. According to the dictionary, vision is defined as the act of power of imagination. So basically, vision is to activate your imagination over what you would like to see your life look like. In order to activate your imagination, you have to start thinking about what you want to see in the future. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want it all to mean? Who do you want to impact? What legacy do you want to leave behind? You see, when we cast vision for our life, we generate energy all around it. And I'm sure just as your brain is getting to work with some of these questions, you have some ideas. I want to be a person of impact. I want to build a big business that elevates and serves the community. I want to be a teacher who inspires kids to strive for more than their circumstances provide. I want to, you see, vision creates energy. That gives direction, that ignites passion, that fuels purpose. Vision for your life is what is required if you want to make meaning of your life. Sometimes in the midst of these thoughts and this type of conversation, I always wonder why we as a people, as a society, don't spend more time creating conversation around this topic. I mean, why would we minimize the opportunity to think bigger for ourselves? Why would we not talk vision from the beginning? Why isn't this a normal part of the conversation? I mean, the obvious answer is that, society wants us to think small, be small, do small things, make small moves, live a small life, fail to recognize our potential, fail to amass our incredible gifts, remain the status quo. But we have to think different if we want different. We have to be different if we want different. So here I am urging you to separate yourself from the crowd, from the norm, and create a vision for your life so that you can, maybe for the first time, have the direction you need to make the moves that are going to make a difference. After all, you are the only one who can do that for you. And who knows? Maybe the vision for your life will serve as the spark for someone else's vision. Your flame will not just light the way, but its embers will be what takes hold of the kindling dreams are made of that someone else is holding on to. Just like the teacher whose vision to wholeheartedly love her students sparked a vision for my life and my desire to become an educator. Just like the vision of the leader I saw share a presentation of the power of this profession and what it would provide for her family inspired a new vision for me. Just how John Maxwell and Brendan Burchard and so many other incredible thought leaders' visions for impact and legacy leadership have sparked a vision for my gifts and my passions. You see, you have a responsibility to cast a vision for your life so grand that its flame creates embers of inspiration for others. And just as it's easy to wake up and live each day without vision, it's also possible to wake up each day in a business, in a side hustle, in a side gig, in a side project, in a passion project, like whatever you want to call it, and do it with very little or no vision at all. Now, I realize that most people go into, I wish you could see my air quotes here, something more, because they're looking for something more. So they have some semi-formed vision for what they want, but it lacks clarity. And when vision lacks clarity, it rarely comes to fruition. Typically, here's what happens. People start something new and they throw out that whole let's see what happens. Let's see if I make money. Let's see if someone will come to my store. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it'll work out. Well, we'll see. Maybe perhaps somebody will buy my book. Maybe somebody will buy my course. Maybe somebody will buy my art, my jewelry, my song, who knows, the list goes on and on. This is how I know the person in question lacks vision. They are leaving it up to chance. And well, chances are it'll flop big time. This is actually quite normal for people to do, to leave it to chance. Why? Because there's less risk if I don't actually visualize where it can go. There's less risk if I don't actually imagine all the possibilities. Throw it into the air fryer of dreams with a full expectation of something crispy and amazing by the time it's done. Nope. It's easier to stick one toe in than to submerge oneself in uncharted waters. It's easier to lack commitment up front. So when it doesn't work out, when it doesn't sell, when it doesn't go anywhere, we get to blame it on everything else. When in reality, it was the lack of vision that resulted in the lack of direction, that resulted in the lack of action, and ultimately the lack of success. Isn't it funny how the people who actually reach their goals and accomplish the big things in life and make big progress and become incredible singers and authors and writers and creators and inventors, they all have one thing in common. It's not skill. It's not work ethic. Above all else, it's vision. They have vision from the beginning and they don't stop until they fulfill it. And by the time they get there, the vision has expanded and evolved. And there they go again, making all the things happen to reach that expansion of the vision. Here's the mistake I see most people starting out in their entrepreneurial career or even professional career. They step into it with zero to little vision and wait for some predetermined level of success or promotion or income level before they decide to create a vision for what they want their dream to be. But here's the problem. No vision, no victory. Think about it this way. And this, guys, be ready to laugh with me for a minute because everybody is guilty here. Okay, so once you start thinking about wanting to build a house or redesign a room, what do? You begin to envision what the finished product will look like, down to the most intricate detail. You see the colors, the style, the decor, the arrangement of the furniture. You see the hardware on the cabinets, the outlet styles, the tile in the guest bathroom, which closet will house the cozy blankets, the exact dimensions of your pantry, the position of the kitchen window in relation to the future trampoline that'll be in the yard full of the future children and neighbors' children who will play on it. You see it all, even before you have the land, before you contact a realtor, before you are even pre-qualified. It goes from vision to blueprints, to the builder plan options, to the beginning of the process. And you see the whole thing through to the end, no matter how long it takes. Why? Because it's your vision. It's your dream home. It's your dream bathroom. It's your dream laundry room. So why can't you start to live your life with the same level of vision for yourself, for your dream, as you would for your future home or newly designed room? After all, that home that you dreamed up, that room that you envision to every single little detail, that's going to end up in someone else's family after you go. And while the vision you cast for your life and the vision that you cast for your dreams, after you go at the end of the day, when it's all over, all said and done, that vision lives on in your family and the waves of generational change you created, as well as the world around you. What do you see when you see your dream? What mission does it serve? How will it impact the way others live? How will it live beyond you? What difference will it make? You need a vision so clear for your dream that you feel compelled to bring it to life, because the reality of what it will bring instills an unsettling feeling of loss if it doesn't happen. Make the vision for your dream so vivid that you can't unsee it. And now this brings me to one last place where vision really is required. And if you're working with a group of people or a team, do you have a vision for them? Are they aware of it? Are they totally sold out to the vision? People can't work toward what they are unaware of. People can't fight for what they don't understand. And people certainly cannot work to fulfill a vision they know nothing about. As my good friend Jeff Henderson says, a vision rarely repeated is quickly forgotten. As leaders, we must not assume that everyone knows the vision, that everyone understands the vision. We must carry the vision out front in our leadership so that it is always seen. It should be the guiding factor behind all the things. It is, after all, the driver of the direction that we take as a team, the actions we make as a team, the progress we create as a team. We must lead with vision, because leadership without vision really isn't leadership at all. Vision gives the organization direction. It informs the team of the why behind the how and the what. It must be clear and in alignment with the mission of the organization. Vision matters because it's what gives a team the ability to overcome obstacles and the energy that's required to move forward even in the most uncertain of times. Vision also motivates your team to work together and, most importantly, work to bring the vision to life. Strong visions are written in the present. They're summarized with a powerful phrase. They evoke emotion. They describe the ultimate outcome, and they create an image in the minds of others. If you've been wondering why your team is stagnant, why your numbers aren't growing, maybe it's because your team isn't being fueled by vision and driven by purpose. Maybe they're only partially showing up because they don't fully understand the significant role they play in this very significant vision that has yet to be cast. Have you stated it? Have you stated the vision? Have you clearly and do you clearly communicate the vision? If you think you have a solid vision for your team, let's take a vision test. This is simple. Ask 3 people in the team that you lead what the vision is. If the vision is strong and well known by all 3 people will have the exact same answer. If that's not what happens, then clearly there's work to be done. The vision is the lifeblood of the organization. Without it, the people, the purpose, the dream, well, they perish. Do you have a vision for your team? Do they know it? Can they sell it? Do they, and more importantly, do you, as a leader, embody it? If you want to be a successful leader, then vision is required. It creates an incredible sense of pride and purpose. People, after all, have a strong innate desire to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and vision is the invitation to fulfill that desire. What is the vision that you have for your life? What is the vision that you have for your dream? And lastly, what is the vision that you carry for the team? No longer allow yourself to leave it to chance. Stop waking up and living the same day every day for another 5 years of your life. No, today it changes. Today you live with intention. Today you show up in the world with a red-hot vision for your life. Now that you know better, you're going to do better. You were not created nor gifted in the ways that you have been to leave it to chance, to just throw it up in the air and see what happens. No. Instead, you're going to bring it all to life. I'm going to tell you something. Your future self is demanding that you step up to this plate called life and ignite the greatness within you so that you can spark the greatness in others. Thank you so much for being here. You are a huge part of the Brewing Success community. This vision and the vision of this podcast is to inspire people to grow into who they are meant to become, to make the necessary changes in their lives to take them to the next level where inevitable progress is waiting. Help me bring the vision of this podcast to life. You guys, share this podcast episode to your story. Share it with your team. Share it with your friends. Let's work together to ignite the fire of all of those around us.